Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome.
Happy Monday.
Yes. What is this episode? What? We're on
This is episode like
47.
I know. Did you guys know the last episode was our 1 year episode?
Really?
We didn't even make it. We talked about this pre-show and we said we were going to bring it
I
up,
know,
and then
and
we
we never
never
brought it
brought
up.
it up.
Wow. We suck. Hey everybody.
Well, happy year. Woohoo.
Yeah. Good. Like we said in chat, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you.
Yes.
Welcome to the Hopped Up podcast. Or as we like to call it, two idiots talking into mics for about an hour
Oh
and a
no,
half.
Razvan. Are you I hope you're fine.
Oh, dude.
The beer bug. Well, the good thing is we're well prepared.
Yes.
We're well prepared. Just stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Stay hydrated, stay isolated,
Yep. You'll feel
and
better quick.
you'll feel better in a jiffy.
Yeah.
It's
Man.
beer time. Yes, sir, Stu. Hi, everybody.
Or if it's stew time, it's lever action time. I've been watching lots of Pain and Fever. Yeah, I've been there, done that, man. Mine was relatively not bad. I was like
Yeah, mine was okay.
I was like 4 hours of fever, and then I was like,
Mhm.
just little sniffles, whatever. I
Yeah.
was pretty chill. Like I got lucky. My rest of my fam was a little more like a couple days of pains and fevers and aches and kind of just usual FLU feeling.
Right. Yeah.
Try not to use the words because
That's right.
man, get better soon though, man. For real.
Yeah,
Dude,
get better soon.
You're good, man. Just take care of yourself.
Get better
Like
soon.
Mark said, water, Pedialyte, just you know.
Water, and make sure you vitamins.
Vitamins.
Also, like vitamins, I think really help. Like they really help more than just like pop and Dayquil, NyQuil. Trust me.
I feel like
And
yeah, and they kind of accumulate. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it's placebo. I'm not a scientist. I don't have a clue. But I know there was like a lot of talk about the vitamin D early on.
Vitamin D, yeah, vitamin D, B12,
Yeah.
vitamin C capsules. When I got it, that's what I did. I just had a headache in the
But
morning, and then I
D's
slept it off.
cumulative. You have to like build it up. It's
Mhm.
not like an insta fix.
Oh, I'm not hurting for vitamin D with the sun that's
So-
going on
I know,
outside.
right, man? I walk outside 5 seconds. I'm like, boom. All right, I got my D dose for the day.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
Good
That's what I'm
luck,
saying. Razvan.
stay healthy.
Yeah, I don't know if you have like a Pedialyte or like you said, a Pocari or Gatorade or Powerade or whatever you got. Just grab
Whatever
something
you
like that.
guys have in Europe, just stay hydrated and stay safe. Stay frosty.
Yeah, hey Stu. Hey, easy. Family show. That's not a family show. So by the way, if you haven't noticed, I found what Mark was drinking.
Yo, that stuff's good, right?
This stuff is fire. 7%.
This stuff's
So it's
so
still
good, yo.
it's like it's not too wild, but it's wild enough. So it's enough to be like, hey, it's not a chick drink. Leave me alone.
Yeah. But the wild part isn't the alcohol volume. The wild part is how just the smell
Dude,
and
it's
how much it tastes like you're eating a fresh kiwi.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I could pound these things. This is dangerous. This is by far the best kiwi flavor.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like I thought, oh, the i7 premium. I was an i7 premium man. I was like i7 premium gang for life. And as soon as I found this, I was like, yo, bae, sorry, we just aren't working out anymore. You know,
I found somebody better.
I found somebody better.
It's not you, it's me.
Yeah, sorry. It's just, this thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it was just like serious upgrade. Like absolutely like this. I'm gonna be sad when these go away because these things never have staying power.
That's right. And the big red words mean they're limited too.
Is that what that meant? What that red right there means?
That limited handing. Yeah, it's limited. So I think it's seasonal.
Yeah, dude, this is fire. Suntory, man, I'm telling you, if you made me pick
Suntory.
one
Yeah.
Japanese, like, all right, no matter what, Jonathan, no matter what you do, you could only buy one Japanese beverage brand the rest of your life. I wouldn't even hesitate to be like Suntory. Like it would
Yes.
be, I mean, like
Suntory.
the gin, Roku, Suntory. Hibiki, Suntory. Oh, this,
Suntory.
oh, Suntory. Oh,
Yeah.
Strong Zero.
Centauri. Their beers, Centauri.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, like, look, Sapporo would give them a run for their money. Not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah.
to be honest, if you look at like how I always look at it, like Sapporo and Centauri are a little bit higher level than Kirin and Asahi. Like there's just nothing wrong with those two, but you just get a little bit more oomph with Sapporo and the Centauri. And so definitely good, definitely good. What
Oh,
do I
speaking of
have
which,
here?
this was going on at 101.
Strong zero. Oh my God.
They have a strong zero event at 101. I was over there at 101,
Scott,
which you guys don't know. 101's like the it's like a
Mitch.
high end shopping area, and it's also where the the Taipei 101 building is. Like
Yeah.
at one point it was the tallest building in the world. Of course, since been passed. So it's like this really like big 1.5 kilometer long shopping district area. Really nice, like posh, high end. And there's always like, good food. There's a bunch of people always out. Nice day, evening. And the producer and I were walking through, and I was just like, I had the force. There was a disturbance in the force. I was walking because I was waiting. There's like this one crosswalk where there's lights. You have to kind of cross the street as it continues on. And I'm like, there's a disturbance in the force. I feel like a tingle in the back of my neck. And I was like, strong zero. And it was like back behind me. I don't know why I looked. And I walked over there like, oh, just sign your name on the paper and you can take a free sample. I'm like, huh? Yeah,
Can
free
I
samples.
sign for me and my
they're
friend
like,
Scott and my friend Mitch and my friend Mark?
Yeah, we have 2 flavors. Try the grapefruit and the double grapefruit double lemon. I'm like, oh, I'll try them. Like I've never had them before. I'm like, ha ha ha. And the producer, she doesn't really drink drugs, so she got hers. She's like, so basically, I got a free strong zero. What is this going on here?
Oh, I've never had a double lemon before.
Yeah,
It's just the best strong zero flavor under the
Dude,
under the
nothing
sun.
beats double lemon.
Double lemon is just that's fire. That's a fire.
Anyway,
well, I'm keeping it chill tonight. I just got my
those are good.
lemon,
and you want the 5-er.
the 5-er and the tall boy. This is good sipping material.
They've got what, a 3? They got a 3, a 5, a 7, and a 9.
They use, yeah, I think they go up to a 7. I don't know about the 9. Maybe they do have a 9 and I haven't seen it yet. But the yuzu with the 3 is wow. That's like a
I've never.
dessert drink.
They only have the lemon here. They have a lemon, maybe orange, and they've got the range. You can find them at Carrefour, which is like the French owned hypermarket.
It's so good.
Yeah, those are really good. They're really bitter.
So good.
They're not that sweet. They've got more of a bitter. Am I right on that one? Is it more of a bitter?
They taste like, the bitter lemon, right? From Schweppes. They just taste like bitter lemon.
Yeah.
With a little bit of a kick at the end.
Dude, those are good though. Man, I want to get one of those.
These are so good. These are so good.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know what to get at the convenience store. I'll just buy this,
Freak, dude. I know you said you're looking for these. You can't find them anymore.
Can't find them anymore. We only have the peach ones left.
I'm telling you, I have a feeling they'll bring it back.
I just wasn't really feeling it.
They'll bring it back, man. I think this is too big of a hit. They have this, like I said, here we were talking before the show. I still have the kiwi here. There's apple and orange. You said you have a peach.
There's a peach one. Yeah. I think that's the only one we have left. We probably shipped all of our stock to Taiwan because, you guys need all the liquid courage you need before you got to wear multicam tropic.
Yeah, no kidding. Before large explosive metal tubes start falling out of the sky.
Before West Taiwan decides to come in.
Galaxy Connect says they have 12% strongs. I have not seen the 12%ers.
Hello.
Hello. I will take the 12% challenge.
Hello.
Thank you.
I like that.
And Bumpkin says, I tell you, Bumpkin's recommendation sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, we're gonna go have to hang out with Bumpkin. Bumpkin always has like some serious like off recommendations. So it's hibiscus mead, spiced hibiscus mead. That sounds so good because the hibiscus mead tart and the sweet of the honey,
delicious,
and the spice.
Mead is so underrated.
It is.
If you have never had it, you gotta go hunt it down. You gotta find it, and you gotta just just gotta make love to it. It's so delicious. Wow,
that escalated quickly. You're like, I gotta find it. And then like,
gotta keep it real. Gotta
wow,
gotta go all in with that mead. I mean, that's one of those like, honey, it's not you, it's me.
It's mead. It's not you, it's mead.
It's mead.
It's not you, it's mead. That's the name of the show. I'm changing the name of the episode. It's not you, it's mead.
I think we need to address the elephant in the room.
Yes.
I don't know if it's because West Taiwan is doing some shenanigans. What is up with y'all's pizza? This time, I think you went too far. I can't believe I can say this, but
so apparently
gone too far.
The soon to be discussed pizza that Mr. Stu in chat posted a link to that spawned all this.
So funny. Before you say this, so funny. This morning when I was scrolling through Facebook on my way to work, it was literally Stu and Nelson. and they both post the same thing.
Like
Nelson posts the mango
the mango durian.
durian, and then Stu posts the cursed pizza from
So
hell.
the mango durian you can get at Pizza Hut. That's a pizza, right?
Yes.
The second pizza is actually from another pizza chain. The closest one to me is in the IKEA, which is down
In IKEA.
Well, it's okay. So here, the building the IKEA is in, because
Wow.
this IKEA is not a freestanding IKEA. It's in another larger kind of a shopping mall-ish area.
Yes. Just
It's
like the ones here.
Q
I mean, not the
Square.
ones here in Hong Kong.
Yeah, like a Q Square mall. And the pizza place that offers this is located there. So it's
I was about to say, it would be just so ironic if it's just from IKEA because it's also meatballs.
I see what you did there. And you guys will get the joke. This is a cojones pizza, a
Cursed image.
Dan pizza.
Yeah. Huevos.
Huevos. Yeah.
Yes.
What are some other
from chickens?
Yeah, from chickens.
It's Rocky Mountain oysters, but not from cows.
From chickens. Now, if you have hot pot,
of course, it wouldn't be from cows. It's from a bull.
Yeah, cojones. Yeah. So it's the part of the male reproductive system that we have two of.
Yeah. Yes.
Trying to end.
And it's served
on a pizza
on your favorite slice.
And by the way, if you're thinking, oh, it's a chicken. For those of you that like you come here, you live in Asia, like Mark, Stu, and all this. We know what they look like because you go to hot pot restaurants. They actually, some hot pot restaurants offer these as a hot pot.
Let me be fair. They're actually quite good.
They kind of have I'll get into texture and flavor of them later.
You know,
because I've had them before.
You know, like if you get through the rubbery skin, if you let them cook enough, they naturally split open, and then all the broth gets sucked in. It's actually not bad.
They kind of have to me like a hot dog texture, like a soft hot dog texture. You know, is it Vienna sausages? Do you ever Hormel Vienna sausages in a can? You know what I'm talking about? Like crack the can open, little tiny little sausages. It has that texture.
I think,
but they have like a skin to them, like a snappy hot dog skin.
Yeah, like a snappy hot dog skin. Like for me, I think the texture is more akin to the white sausages we have in Munich.
Yes, yes. Like
when they boil them.
Yeah. So, they're a mild flavor.
They suck in all the sauces or the broth.
Yeah, so they absorb the flavor of whatever they have. They have like a mild meat flavor. But here's the deal on them. You would think, oh, it's chicken, right? Chicken. No, baby.
They make yours look tiny.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
These suckers, you're like, are you sure they're from a chicken?
How
big was this chicken?
That's why roosters are called, for a reason.
Like, yo, if these things, they got to be inside the chicken, because if these things were outside, they'd be dragging the ground.
Oh my God. For real. Yeah, man.
Like some of these, they're kidney bean shaped, right? Mm-hmm. And some of these things, I'm not going to lie, are legit like 4+ centimeters. Like
they're bigger than this battery.
That is true. Absolutely true.
Bigger
That's
than
a
this
good
battery.
Visual.
Yeah.
It's a
They're
really
bigger than
good
this
visual.
camera battery.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to see what it looks like, go to the Hopped Up Instagram page. It's on the stories. I didn't want to make a post.
Yeah,
it's too much.
Thank you, Stu and Nelson, for bringing this to our attention. The producer said she's going to reach out and see if the pizza place still sells it. Apparently, here's the deal. This thing's been offered for like a year. It came out last year.
What?
Yeah, it was kind of I think their answer to something like somebody, they were doing some kind of pizza special, and they're like, oh, if we're going to do this crazy pizza, we're going to do this pizza. And I don't think they kept it.
Even crazier.
Yeah, it's like, all right.
I think Pizza Hut Taiwan's like, yo, you win.
Yeah.
Where do you even go from here?
Yeah, it's like, you guys, like I said, Taiwan be wildin', man. I'm telling you.
Taiwan be wildin' out here. Oh my goodness. I was reading the Chinese and it literally said, challenging the Italians' bottom line, right? Like that's literally what they said. I was like, wow. Man, they're taking jabs at the Italians.
And then, for those who don't have the guts or the huevos to go look at the picture, it's a pizza, right? And they've ringed them, and they have the extra large ones on the outside, and then the smaller on a ring in the front. So when you get your slice of pizza, you get like a
You get
normal
two.
size. You get like a normal size one, and then like an XL one, front and back.
Like crazy. Yo, I
It's
think the Italians would be like, just bring back the pineapple,
yeah.
please.
Like,
Just
look, we're cool with
this is a
pineapple.
bridge too far.
Yeah, exactly. We will concede pineapple's okay on a pizza. Just take these off. Take these off now. Yeah. So
Like
anyway,
they
that's
went all out. There's more than one too. Like there's
oh
that barbecue chicken looking one. Then there's one that looked like a margarita.
yeah.
They had like bay leaves and cheese sprinkled over. I gotta lie, it
Okay.
looked pretty good.
That said, and I know what you guys, you sick bastards out there, are gonna do. I was gonna ask. I don't even know why I'm gonna ask that. If I can find this, do you want me to get one
To eat it, yes.
and do it? I okay. That's stupid.
Hello.
The dumbest question ever. Okay, I'll go do it, and we'll do if they're still around. And I know the producers. Why? Like the producers here. She's in the room. She's even listening. She's probably already like Googling. She's probably already calling the restaurant. Like, hey, you guys still have this? Oh, you do? Okay, yeah. We'll book the restaurant for next week.
Yes.
So, hang on. I've got to do a little murdering here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, got it. Mosquito.
What? Oh, mosquito. I was like, what did you kill? I'm like, cockroach? Cucaracha?
Got a mosquito, man. I got it. About
You know,
like,
one thing I'm pretty happy about is there's really not many bugs around here. Like the off chance I see a cockroach, I'm like, oh my god, it's a cockroach.
yeah, I know. Yeah, it's not at the same like Hong Kong, Taiwan. It's like a daily occurrence. Like
Yeah.
another one. And some of these things, man, they'll come right at you. They're like they DGAF. They're like, yo, bro, like they'll beeline right at you, not stop.
Oh yeah, the
No slowing down.
cockroaches back in Hong Kong too, man. They'll like, they'll T-pose at you. It's like, what you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Come at me.
What you gonna do? Come at me, bro.
They'll run right across your foot. I'm just like, when I first moved here, I was like, now I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. Now it's like Japanese cockroaches though, man. They're so like tame. They'll just run on the road, and like these opachan, these older ladies will try to like smack it with their broom, and then they'll be a little too slow, and I'll just go over there and be like, I got this, and I just kill them, and then they're like, oh wow, sugoi, and I was like, well, the idiot wasn't moving.
Yeah, he was sitting still. It's not a
He
hard
was sitting
target.
still. You never see a Hong Kong cockroach sit still. Let me tell you what.
No, man, they know what's up. Like the ones here too. If you sit still, you're dead.
Yeah.
They straight up know it. Like you got if you're a Taiwan cockroach or a Hong Kong cockroach, you better be moving or you're toast.
That's right. Man, and they fly too.
Oh,
man,
I know. It's
goodness.
the worst.
Like they fly and they come at you from weird angles, and it's just like
because when it gets hot enough, they'll fly.
yes.
Yeah. If it's not hot enough, they won't.
I mean, they're not like flying all over the place, but like they're just
they can kind of
flutter.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Freaking heck.
Yeah, but the good thing is like there really isn't too many bugs here. Like we went out fishing a couple times, and well, I never get bug bitten anyways, but I didn't have to see any of my colleagues like wash themselves in off, which is pretty cool.
That's good. It's like in the States, man, if I go outside, it's like bug spray, put the DEET on, watch out for the ticks, watch out for all the things that can give you wild, crazy diseases. Fun story, one of my family was my aunt. I'm not going to say which one. Don't want to write her. But she got bit by a tick. And this is the thing, by the way. She got bit by a tick like 7-8 years ago and became allergic to red meat. What? No lie. Google it. It's a thing. Right?
Like, because they emit some kind of neurotoxin, right?
There's some kind of something I don't know how it works. I'm not a scientist. Just Google the thing.
Right.
Got bit by a tick, and it's not like Rocky Mountain spotted fever or something like that. It's not Lyme disease. But it's something that causes you to become allergic to beef. Red meat.
Yikes.
And like from then on out, she was, I mean, like I'm talking, you eat beef and you break out in rashes. Like you have like an anaphylactic response.
I certainly hope that doesn't happen to the producer, because I do not want to deal with the producer getting a beef allergy. Oh my goodness, it'll be the end of the world. I mean, like, wow, that would.
It's just a weird thing, right? Like what do they like? So hyper specific, like.
Right. Like I watched a lot of documentaries like about like like those oh, weird, like weird happenings or like whatever, like strange diseases or whatever. So those like Discovery used to have those
Yeah.
documentaries, right? Like
Back when Discovery actually had logical,
this,
intelligent
yeah,
stuff, not like
exactly.
aliens built the pyramid junk, you know?
That's that's super racist though, but we'll get into that. But like, but yeah, like there, I know that like people can get bitten by ticks. Oh, they were doing something on allergies,
Hmm.
because they were talking about anaphylactic shock, like how some people can get stung by bees and like go into like into a
Oh
coma,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
They
they're
can like
saying
it'll
like,
like
yeah,
it's
they'll mess
serious, dude.
you
It's
up, yeah, like,
real.
and they
If
were
you have
saying
a
the
bee
same thing
allergy,
about
yeah.
ticks, yeah. They were saying the same thing about ticks. Like certain people are very allergic to like their neurotoxin or whatever toxin they
Because
excrete into your body to keep you
they when
bleeding.
they
I think it's like
bite you, they
hemotoxin.
it's something like that because they what they do is they bite you and they have some kind of numbing something they so like you don't
Mm,
feel the bite. And
yeah,
then on top of that, they have like you said some kind of like hemotox like you said hemotox to keep the blood flowing so you don't clot.
yeah, and yeah, it doesn't clot. It prevents your blood from clotting. So yeah, they kind of got some weird stuff, you know. Yo, so the aliens one, right? So I heard a take on this, which is so true. I sorry, I had to get to this.
Welcome to the AJ podcast. Hey, watch out,
Welcome
man.
to
Bro
this.
bro just got sued for like 41 million plus 4 million. So
45.
45 mil.
45 mil. No,
Whoo.
like what I'm saying is like I find like the whole concept of like ancient aliens slightly demeaning and a bit degrading to like those ancient people. Is like saying, well, clearly you are so uncivilized that you could never build something like this. So of course it has to be aliens. I feel like that's a bit, that's just a bit bigoted. I mean, like, cool theory and all, but like if you kind of think about it, it's like, wow, man, these people are literally out here staring into the camera saying, man, y'all so stupid. Y'all needed like a foreign interstellar force to help you stack rocks in the triangle. Right.
It's a big
Fun,
triangle, man. It's a really
fun,
big
but
triangle.
you know, but yeah, it's a it's a I think it's a bit, yeah, distasteful if you
Yeah,
think
I
about it.
agree.
Like
Like but it's I guess
again, it's fun.
entertaining television question
You know,
mark. I don't know.
it's fun. Again, it's fun, but like I think that series should have ended a long time ago.
Yeah, with ancient aliens, right? It's in the
Ancient
show.
Aliens
Oh my
should have ended a long time ago.
god. Yeah.
I'm still waiting for someone to finally come out and admit that John Wick is the successor to the original Matrix trilogy.
I think that would be awesome. Like there's
Like,
so many tie-ins.
yeah, like there's no way that that can't work. I mean, like Neo dies and then transitions straight into John Wick, but he's not really dead, right? The
Yeah.
machines are keeping him
The
alive,
machine kept them
clearly.
alive, so like it reboots the universe.
Yeah,
And they're like, okay, well, you have violence. You're obviously really good. So we're gonna put
yeah.
you into a role where you can focus that.
Mm-hmm. Feedback
And
loop. Got to keep them going,
yeah,
right? Got to keep them
exactly. Give
going.
you that anger. We know what works for you. That would have been far better than the most recent Matrix film.
Oh yeah, like I don't think it deserves all the flack that it's getting. It's not good at all, by all means.
It's
It's
not good, but
not
it's
good.
not bad.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it deserves the flack that it's getting. I think it would have been more of like an okay, at least you tried. If the John Wick series didn't exist,
Yeah.
because like we see Keanu go out and do some stuff in John Wick, and then like they're casting, you know, essentially the same people from the Matrix, right? It if you just kind of pick it up, his wife dies and you don't even see her, right? So like, come on, that dovetails perfectly in Matrix Revolutions. So I'm just saying, John Wick 1 is the real Matrix 4.
All right, there we go. Mark's conspiracy theory of the
Yeah,
week.
it just it fits perfectly. I'm just saying. I had the voices. I was talking to the producer
So
about this when
who?
I was
Okay,
still in
so
Hong
if
Kong.
we're gonna do this, let's cast it
Right.
then. Let's dive down your rabbit hole.
Mhm.
Let's indulge your theory.
Yes.
Let's cast all of the Matrix characters because
Mhm.
there's core characters, right?
Right.
Let's cast them into John Wick.
Okay. So
Who's Morpheus?
Morpheus is just Morpheus. And Morpheus is Lawrence Fishburne. He's essentially functioning as the same character.
Okay.
If you think about it, he's doing the guidance thing, kind of doing the, ambiguous kind of, oh, I'm helping you, kind of showing you the way, John. You know, he is essentially Morpheus. The Merovingian is the old guy from from the hotel.
Oh no, he's
Not the black guy.
the
Not
the
not
the
not not
the
Lawrence Arms.
you're thinking about like so the Merovingian is it's
The older
not
Italian guy.
Winston. Is it Winston? No, not
Oh,
Winston. It's
I gotta find. I
what's his
gotta.
name? Yeah, the guy who runs the Continental in New York.
Yes, yes.
Is it Winston? No. Yeah, it's Winston.
I think it's Winston. Yeah,
It's Winston. Yeah. So Winston is the
the
Merovingian.
Merovingian. Yeah,
Really?
Winston is the Merovingian. I mean, think about it. He's out here wheeling and dealing, right? He's got this like. Is he really with John or is he not? Right. And I'm not gonna get into like the ancillary characters, right? But like if like Willem Dafoe would be like Marcus would be um who would Marcus be? Uh
William Defoe's on the peripheral, right? William Defoe's like a
yeah.
believer. He was like somebody that believed in him and sacrificed himself for him. You're right. Like if you look at the John Wick, like at some point these people, there's characters that
Mhm.
see John in a way where they shift and they become that. So maybe the Merovingian, but what if Winston isn't the Merovingian? What if Winston is actually Agent Smith? Who's Agent
Yeah.
Smith?
Smith, I think Smith is whoever the main villain is because Smith has always been revolving just to kill him.
So he's
Right?
fluid. He changes.
He's
Yeah,
fluid.
he
Smith has, I mean, if you look at the Matrix Reloaded, right, he's always saying like, oh, he is there because of Neo. He only exists because Neo exists. So, I think the antithesis of whoever John is fighting is Agent Smith. And I think
So
if you
Agent Smith
think
would be oh god, what's the guy's name? The
like
guy who
whoever
did the Iron Chef character in the third John Wick. The Iron Chef guy, he was like he was in that movie Only the Strong years and years and years ago. The martial arts guy, the one who played the sushi chef that was also the assassin. What's his name?
which movie are we talking about?
John Wick 3.
The latest one?
Three.
Three? Okay, John Wick.
John Wick 3 cast. Let's see. Mark DeCassos.
Oh,
Mark DeCassos. Zero.
Mark DeCassos,
Zero,
right.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Asia K. Dillon, who plays the Educator, she would be like one of the agents, right?
Yeah.
Or wait, she's pretty neutral though. She like if you think about like her, she might be. What if her character? Because like Angelica Houston's the director.
But also remember, and I think one of the key things that I think a lot of people gloss over when we talk about Matrix Revolutions is they talked about a lot of glitches in the Matrix itself, right? So the glitches in the Matrix and old versions of the Matrix kind of being buried back by the Merovingian, right?
Okay.
So all these people that they're putting a hit on John, these open hits on John, can essentially be old versions of the Matrix, like ghosts, what they're saying, ghosts, werewolves, vampires. These were, these were like basically the what's that called? The like aberrations of
Right, they're glitches
bad
from
code,
previous version, like bad
right?
code
Yeah,
or rogue programs.
exactly.
Or whatever.
So I think that's kind of where all the assassins would be. But the key players, the Merovingian and everything, I think
Wait. Then let me ask you this: Who's the Oracle?
the Oracle. I think before we get to the Oracle, I think importantly the
I'm thinking this is
architect.
where I think the Oracle is Winston.
I think the before getting to the Oracle though, I think that more importantly to me, the architect is Lance Reddick.
Architect is Lance Reddick. Okay.
Yes, because he's quite an essential person if you think about it, right? But he's kind of you don't see all of what's going on.
Okay.
The Oracle.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. What if Lance Reddick is the Oracle? Like he'd be the perfect because he's like always there, kind of assisting, low key. By the way, I like his. Have you watched the new Resident Evil?
No, I haven't.
Dude, it's actually.
I can't do it.
Dude, you should. Okay, dial it back. This new Resident Evil, give it a shake, bro. It's actually. I think it's pretty good.
I
think it's
love
pretty
Lance Reddick. I don't know. Like for me, it's just too much of a disconnect.
It's not a disconnect. No, you got to give it a chance to see because this is different. So yeah, maybe I think you're right. Lance Reddick would be a
Lance Reddick
good.
would,
He's the Oracle. I think that's a good cast for him.
yeah.
So
I think
then,
like,
okay,
yeah,
so
go
you're
ahead.
saying the Merovingian is because he's basically out for himself.
Yeah. I think like it would be interchangeable, right? So like Winston could either be the if it's that way, like if Lance Riddick is going to be the architect, then Winston could definitely be the Oracle. But if Lance Riddick is not the architect,
Well, no,
then
the
Winston
architect
is
is not Lance
definitely,
Reddick. The
yeah,
architect to me is the one who's above the table
right. So you would
because
kind of play
he controls
Winston
the
as the
rules.
heart
It's
as the
everything's the
architect.
rules. Everything's that. It's absolute. He's the architect for sure in my book. There's
Hmm.
no doubt in my mind. The guy above the table. We're gonna learn more about him. I'm guessing in the next one. He's got to be like you go to the desert. He'll find you. You got to go to this back room. He's like this mysterious guy who's pulling the strings. The whole series. That's the parallel. It's
Yeah.
too much of a parallel.
Then I guess that Winston could play architect probably way
No,
better than the
Winston, not the
Merovingian.
Winston would be the architect. Winston would be the oracle because Winston kind of makes John choose,
Hmm.
and then that would mean like the guy who's the kung fu dude that always is with the
Seraph.
yeah, the seraph. The
Yeah.
seraph would be Lance Reddick's character.
Okay. I guess we can that can work. But yeah, I think like it definitely kind of dovetails in nicely. If you kind of think about the context of like what you're watching, even if it's not a one for one, the context of like transitioning like from Neo dying in Revolutions and the opening to John Wick 1, if you just kind of watch it back to back, you're like, this is a continuation.
Yeah, you're right. He dies, wakes up, boom, he's there.
And you don't see his wife, right? And he's go you go through all this tragedy, but you really never know anything about his past.
Yeah,
It's super
true.
blurry. Okay, he's the Baba Yaga and he's killed a bunch of people, but like it you don't know anything
Because in the
about.
machine's mind, he
Yeah,
would have been like the
yeah.
murderer of
He
thousands of
deleted
programs.
deleted a ton of programs, right?
Yeah,
So like, yeah, I think like keeping in that continuity, definitely, you know.
good. And by the way, Wiki, yes, Resident Evil. There's two Netflix Resident Evils. There's
There's a series one which
the
is also high
series and the
garbage.
movie. So the movie is a retelling of the original Raccoon City.
Yeah.
So if you want to kind of watch that, it's not bad. I think it's probably one of the best. It is very different than the Mila Jovovich Resident
Oh,
Evils.
for sure.
It's like 180 degrees the other direction.
You know what?
If you like Resident Evil 1, 2, and probably 3, the games, then you will probably like the Netflix one. Because it stays very, very, very true to it. Like true-ish. As true as you ever have seen to the very original games, Biohazard and all that. The series picks up it runs dual timelines. It
It's like
runs
1 and 2. It's a combo 1 and 2 kind of woven together.
kinda, yeah. So it runs a timeline of right in. So yeah. There's a lot of killing, a lot of blood in the movie one. The series picks up
Priorities.
right, yeah. So the series picks up post like Raccoon City, kind of in that time period. Like after Raccoon City, it takes place about 10-ish years, 12 years, 50, whatever year, something like 15 years after that. And there's also a second timeline that happens after like the world has been 90% taken over by
Yeah,
the T
yeah,
virus.
yeah,
So like
yeah.
there's like 2036 and then there's like today, 2022. And there's two parallel timelines. There's 2022 and 2036, and it runs and it follows the second Raccoon City that they built in South Africa. And they're
Mhm.
doing more experiments with the T virus, but it's kind of modern day spin. So what they're trying to do is create their pharma. They still win Umbrella's a pharma company, and they haven't really transitioned to this world. So there's two timelines. The early timeline is before they transition. That the second timeline is, of course, after we know what Umbrella is. They become a big, whatever, evil corporation, global, whatever. But this is still when they're doing that transition. They're getting into pharma because they were doing the government contracts for the U.S. government during the original Raccoon City thing. The second one, they're making this antidepressant drug, and they're trying to twist the T virus into becoming an effective antidepressant. And that's kind of the core of what they're doing in bioresearch in that. They're trying to basically make a drug they can sell to everybody and make a ton of money on. It's like corporate greed, right? Which I think we can all understand. There's even reference to the beer bug in there a couple times, and it's kind of interesting. So I think it's a very different take on a different part of the timeline that we've never seen.
So it's basically Microsoft then.
I'd
It's
say
basically
more
Bill Gates.
If Bill Gates ran like Pfizer, then yeah.
It's so what you're saying is like it's
aliens.
See, now we come full circle.
Yeah, full circle. See, that's the best joke, man. Convenience is the best joke, that recall joke, right? So while you talk about aliens, I'm going to go get round 2. So I will see.
Okay.
See you in a second.
Oh, well, let me catch up on some of these comments here. Blood and gore, very important. I see you. I see you, Bumpkin. To be honest, I think we all have our certain things that we like about certain movies. Blood and gore, yeah, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I really don't know. I don't know what would be a sure shot thing for me movies anymore. I guess I'm not looking for maybe like airtight plots, but for me, I think what's really important is at least don't come out and I don't want to have too much of a suspension of disbelief. I'm not talking about like blood and gore is important, for Bumpkin, of course, and for the producer. It was the same for me. Like I don't even really know like what would do it for me in movies anymore, but like I think for me it would be like maybe not like an airtight plot, but I think like I don't think I can suspend disbelief as good as I was used to. I think we live in a day and age where I think we can do more sophisticated storytelling and people can follow. Like appealing to the lowest common denominator stuff just really doesn't fly with me. That's why I enjoy watching documentaries and stuff like that. Oh, that's a good choice. Yeah, that's so good. That's really good. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I'm with you there. I think. All right. That said, has anybody? I don't know if anybody's been out into the movies yet. Has anybody seen Bullet Train yet? In chat?
No,
I haven't either. It looks entertaining.
It looks insane. It looks like something I would really like to watch, but then I'd go and I get disappointed.
But apparently, it's like a blend of like comedy and like violent action.
Yes.
So Stu's gonna watch tomorrow night. Yeah. So I haven't seen it. So there's no spoilers to be given. So at this point, and that's like I said, when I was explaining the whole Resident Evil series, I tried to give you like a very spoiler-free version of the show because I don't want to give away because there's a lot of like twists and turns, and like I said, it's entertaining. Winky, I think you should give it a shake. But yeah, I think it's so over the top. It seems like it doesn't take itself seriously, and that's why I want to watch it because it's like it's not an action movie that's like, oh, we got to be serious about this. It's like an action movie that's like, all right. And like what? Clive Owen's in it. You got Brad Pitt. You got, what's her name from The Boys? And the Suicide Squad.
I know the cast looks great.
The cast looks awesome. Sandra Bullock's got a cameo in it. There's so many people in this one. Like so many. They're advertising the crud out of it here too, man. Like I got on one of the subway trains here and the whole inside of the subway train, the whole train was wrapped. They wrapped the entire subway train. And the whole inside was like, it was a marketing machine. I was like, God, how much they spend on this?
Well, Brad Pitt is bound to make some kind of money. Yeah. I mean, Brad, of course, got to come up with something after Tom did.
Yeah, no kidding. By the way, I have a game for us to play one time. And I'm probably going to need the producer to help out with this one because my pronunciation sucks. You might be able to be good at this one. Actors and actresses in Asia have their own Chinese names.
Right.
So we should play a game with chat one day. We can't do it today. I want to prep for this. Where we tell you their Chinese name.
And chat has to guess.
And the chat has to guess who we are referencing. Because some of them are pretty easy. They're like, they sound phonetically close. Like, they're really easy. Like, you're like, oh, that's...
like in Cantonese, Tom Cruise is Tong Gorosi.
Yeah, this is like, I think it's Tom Cruise. I forget, whatever. But yeah, there's like, Tom Cruise is easy, right? He's easy mode. But like then some have like weird spins because they're so famous. They have a weird spin on their name. that,
like they have like an actual Chinese name,
or they
you
even
know.
have they give them a proper Chinese name.
Like
So
actually, the best is John Cena's Mandarin name, Zhong Cena,
John what?
Zhong Zhong
John
Cena.
Cena?
Yeah,
Really? That's
yeah,
pretty good.
Zhong Cena. Yeah,
See
that's
that?
his. That's literally his Chinese name,
He's a
John
good one.
Cena. Hey, I mean, he is Chairman Cena. So
Yeah. Chairman
no
Cena.
more, no more bean chilin for you.
Yes. Beach. Oh my
No more
God.
doubanjiang and bean chilin for you,
No
John
more ice cream. No
Cena.
more ice cream for you.
None of that for you. You and your President Mao, Chairman Mao haircut.
Oh my God. Anyway, you can say that since you're out of your old country. Um,
Yes, hellhole. Yes.
oh, jeez, man. I'm telling you. Oh, speaking of which, let's just talk about this since we're like, whatever. Those nutheads are lobbing flaming explosive devices across the sky here.
Pipe bombs. Yeah.
Yeah, what the freak? Like, you want to talk about like a global temper tantrum? We're probably getting. By the way, Umau, Umau's hit
Look.
the chat.
Look, I'm just gonna say, hey,
Wait for the bots to
guys,
hit our chat now.
I mean, hey guys, I'm just gonna go and say all the memes you see online. The plane was blue and white. It said the United States of America,
Yeah,
and you couldn't find it.
you can find.
Confidence inspiring.
Yes, exactly. Well, truth be told, I would love to have known what they were flying with. It was a C-40, by the way.
It was a C-40. It looked like a Boeing 777 to me.
Yeah, it looked like a Boeing 777. It's a C-40 actually. They flew in a C-40. They have like VIP inserts they can stack inside, and it makes it nice on the inside. So they were flying in a C-40, and I'm sure they had an insane escort.
Oh, they probably had F-35s up the wazoo,
After
Oh,
they
yeah.
had, dude, I'm sure they had, and they moved like half the Pacific Fleet off the East Coast.
That's right. Like, okay, so I think
By the way, they pissed your guys off too.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
when
'cause
they
they
were
shot-
lobbing their rockets over top of Taipei, they're dropping them in the Japanese exclusive economic zone.
Exactly. And then then they had to
In the
call
water,
off
by the way, not on land, not on land. They're dropping in the water.
They had
But in
then they had to call
Japan's-
off their training, their live fire drills early.
Mhm.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Man, I'm telling you what. And I was telling friends or whatever. I don't think you want to wake up Japan.
Yeah.
Like,
People here are not having a good time.
I don't think
Keep it
like
real.
there are a couple countries on this planet you probably don't want to wake up, and I'd put Japan at the top of the list. I mean, that's, whew, like,
These are lovely people
oh,
until they
fantastic.
need to protect their country. These are lovely people.
Very, very patriotic.
Yeah.
In a positive way. So I'm like,
Yes.
I don't think you want to do that. I think there were probably some phone calls, and it was like, hey, yo, XJP, you got to knock this off, bro. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but
Yeah, man.
Stu knows exactly. Wait, Stu, you have is that literally the list? A B-1B, 4 F-22s, and I'm sure they had 35s. 35s don't have the range.
Just
35s don't have the range of the
2
22s,
F-22s and they're good.
But yeah, F-22s have a longer range than the.
Well, but 35s you can launch them off carrier, so
Yeah. Well, and that's
you'll be
if
able
they're
to
running
use it,
18s, they're launching off carriers too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So like at the end of the day, like for people back home, I know there's a lot of fear mongering.
Dude, my family's like, "Are you okay?" They're like messaging me, like, "You're right. I heard all the news."
Let me be very honest. For people back home listening, they all talk about China and this, that, and the other. Am I saying that they are a paper tiger? Yes. Because you have to also understand geopolitically, sadly, they don't have many friends here. They do not. They've put a lot of people in some bad debt. They have they threw a lot of bad deals with a lot of countries in our immediate vicinity, have, subverted a lot of them. And while on paper, they may be like, oh, we're in strategic alliance with so and so and so. The only people that they're really in alliance with is Russia. And we've seen how they're doing, right? And, all those videos of like those rockets being fired, who's recording them? The Taiwanese people. They're going to these islands to watch these people shoot rockets like they're shooting like fireworks. Okay. Yeah. They're not worried.
No,
And
I'll tell you, right. The feeling here for real is like, okay, let me give you the best analogy I can give. Cause like, if I have to, like the way I explain it to my family, like my mom's like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. Like this is, you moved into a neighborhood and you bought a house and everything's great, right? That's fantastic. And then all of a sudden you got a neighbor that moves in. You move in an apartment complex, neighbor, whatever. You got a neighbor. This neighbor brings like 7 dogs that are all loud, like huge Rottweilers, let's say, stomp on the floor, running around. They play their music loud and they're super annoying. And the second you maybe leave your trash outside the door for 5 seconds, they call the apartment on you.
Yeah.
Like
they'll call HOA on you.
They'll call HOA on you and complain, right?
Yeah.
And you complain about them, but they're like, maybe they got money, maybe they're like, they got a little status in the city or whatever. So like, you can't really do much about it.
Oh, why you hating on me, bro?
Yeah, man. It's like, yeah, you hate on me, right? You just don't like me here. You don't want me to be happy, like whatever. It's like, it is literally like middle child or middle child syndrome, really is what it comes down to, or whatever you want to call it. Like it's such a temper tantrum. It's like a 7-year-old child throwing a temper tantrum when they don't get attention. Like they drop down on the floor in the grocery store and cry and whine and kick and scream because they can't get that toy. I want that toy or that candy bar, right? That's what it is.
Yeah.
They've done it since 1990, God knows when.
Yeah.
And so like everybody here is like, whatever. Like literally, while the rest of the world's like, Pelosi visited and all these things and the rockets. And you know what the top news story here is? I was talking to the producer. It's like, yeah, there's like this political drama that if one of these candidates actually wrote their dissertation for college or they actually plagiarized it. That's the top news story. For real. For real. The rest of the world, the top news story is like, oh my God, everything's happening. And here, where it should be the top news story, it's like, no, they've been doing that forever. The top news story is that, and I'm not lying. I'm not lying to you. The top news story really is like, did this politician write their own college dissertation
or did they plagiarize it?
Or did they plagiarize it? That's it. So to give you a feeling of what's going on, some perspective from inside of Taiwan, that's how everybody feels here. It's like, these guys again, the neighbors got the music turned up loud, whatever.
Yeah.
Because they're mad because I left the trash out overnight. Right.
At the end of the day, I think it's really easy. It's real, like, we all know that meme. We're all airsofters or like firearms enthusiasts here. Everybody want to be a gangster until it's time to do gangster-ish, and China, great editing their propaganda video of beach landings, but they can't even beat the Indians the Indian people on the border because they're too scared to use guns, so they got to use
sticks, literally,
and they still can't win. They still can't win.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, guys, it's where this is a lot of fear mongering, a lot of positioning.
It really is.
Because like, think about it, at the end of the day, like they've seen what happens. Like I in my mind, I can't fathom a world where they're going to do something simply because they need all the revenue they can get right now. If you look at the banking issues, like look at the news stories, the banking issue in China right now, like all these banks defaulting, Evergrande, which is you just Google it. If you guys want to see what's going on with the Chinese economy,
collapsed.
Google Evergrande and the Evergrande housing crisis in China. Just Google it, watch some stuff. I'm not going to sway your opinion. You're super smart people. You can make your own minds up.
Yeah.
Watch some stuff about that. Watch some stuff about these banks, these rural banks that were taking remote deposits.
For houses that are never going to get built.
Yeah. And also taking, like, they were taking online deposits and giving like high percentage rate loans that they really shouldn't be. And they were misappropriating funds. So a combination with this banking fraud and then the Evergrande default of these houses, because they were basically taking people's money that you have to pay. It's weird. Real estate's weird. Like you pre-sell a house. If you guys are in the West, you don't understand this. You pre-sell a house here. As soon as you buy it, it's not even built yet. Like you go see a model and like, here's the land is going to be on. And they
Hong Kong does the same thing, actually.
Yeah, it's Hong Kong, same as Taiwan.
But Hong Kong at least builds it.
Right. So what you do is you go see like, well, here's where the building's going to be. Here's a render. They have a really cool model they built of it. And they tell you, and here's you walk through a model they built out somewhere, like not on the property, but on a different location. And you can choose your upgrades. But as soon as you buy it, you start paying on it.
Yeah.
It's not even built yet. There's no construction.
You haven't even moved out yet.
No. And it takes years to build, like 2 or 3 years to build these buildings.
Yeah.
Because they're earthquake proof and all this stuff. So they build these huge communities out. So they basically get the money in, and they just started using the money for the next project. And the next project they would pre-sell and use the money for the next project.
Yeah.
And at some point, it's a Ponzi scheme, and it just collapsed. And it finally
did. And it just I feel so bad for those people, you know, in rural China, because like, you know, the people who are really suffering are the people are the Chinese people. Yeah. Like, you know, like I feel so bad. Like a lot of people.
There's so
like,
many
when I was in,
fantastic.
There's so many good
China.
people in China.
Fantastic.
You know, like
when we talk about China, I want to be very clear because Mark, I know you're from HK.
It's the government.
Like for real, I've got Chinese American friends.
Yeah.
The Chinese people are so amazing.
Yeah, Chinese people are absolutely amazing people. You know, they're
their government does some crazy stuff, but the people are amazing. You know,
the Chinese people are great people. You know, like you go, I spent any amount of time in Shenzhen, which is just right across the border from Hong Kong, and like it just people are nice. They're down to earth. They're just they just want to live their lives and, you know, raise their children and go out for drinks after work, just like you and me, right? And to see what's going on with them, and they can't even have a voice. Yeah. Like they can't even come in. They can't even protest.
Yeah, if they protest, there's censors. They go in front of the bank, a tank rolls up. Literally a tank. Yeah, literally rolling tanks in front of the buildings.
You know, and I feel like it's just so sad. You know?
Stu lived there for many years. Many years you lived in China. So
you know, and it gets to the point where, you know, they can only maybe talk about things behind closed doors, but in open forum, they don't dare speak their minds, almost vehemently saying the opposite thing, because they never know what camera's recording. They never know who's listening, right? And it's just such a terrible, just imagine how psychotic that has to be. Where at home you say one thing and then you leave your house and you have to be a totally different human being. Like just a mental breakdown.
Well, they have
and
like
the gymnastics you have to go through.
Not to go down the rabbit hole, but they have like social scores.
Yeah.
Literally social credit.
Yeah, for sure. Like you cross the road and it's a red light. Your face is there. Like, hey, idiot, you know.
You get a ding. You get a negative
minus 5 points for you.
Exactly. You know? Really. Minus 5 points for Slytherin. I mean, like for real, it's the houses. Man. Oh, Stu didn't live there. You just traveled a lot.
Yeah, but it's just it's a sad thing, man. You know, it's sad to see such good people there. You know, have to do that. Like that's why I find it very difficult for me to watch videos on China. You know, my birth father, my stepmom is from Qingdao. My stepmom is from China. My extended that side of my family is all in Qingdao. They're great people, and I can't imagine this having to happen to them, right? So it just,
I know,
uncomfortable.
And there's so many people here. Like you look at the Taiwanese people. There's so many people that came over after the Civil War, that lived there, that gave up everything to move to Taiwan. I mean, like, and there's still some nostalgia here for it. Of the way things were before. And I've learned a little about it. I don't know enough to really speak intelligently, so I don't want to misspeak or anything on this. But, you know, you can see that there was like, it was good, and I wanted to be the same way again, but it's just not possible, right? Yeah. And you look at the young generation, like nobody. I mean, like it's overwhelming consent.
Yeah.
On the idea of.
But hey, you know what the Chinese foreign minister said?
Oh yeah,
there's dumplings and noodles.
So many dumplings and noodle shop. By the way, this is a real tweet. By the way, from the Chinese foreign minister, like the spokesperson.
55. According to Baidu Maps, there are 55 Shandong dumpling places and 36 noodle places in Taipei. Palates don't lie. The lost
palate,
child,
as in pallets, as in food pallets.
Like your food pallet. Pallets don't lie. The lost child would soon return home.
But wait. Let me tell you this. Here's by the way, here's the thing. What were the numbers
the KFC
again? What was the numbers
amazing.
again?
I think it was like 56 or something like that.
Yeah.
56 and like 30 something.
But here's the reply. There's 67 McDonald's, 26 KFC, 19 Burger King, and 160 Starbucks in Taipei. Palates don't lie.
Well, I think like there's this one
There's
lady
more.
who tweeted back, and yeah, there's 8,500 KFCs in the PRC. There's 5,600 Starbuckses. The 8,500 KFCs in China was particularly good.
That's good.
You know, palates don't lie. China will soon return back to Kentucky.
By the way, yeah. And then other people are posting like, so that means every Chinatown in America is China now. Yeah. By the way, KFC is legit better here than in the States.
Colonel,
for real. Man. The Colonel in Asia has got the game. In the States, he's greasy a little whatever.
Look, there are days when you're hungover that you just want some dirty bird. Okay, let's be honest, but KFC in China is legit fire. I swear, it's so good.
Fire. Their egg tarts are so freaking good. Their fried chicken is so freaking good.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like KFC, you just cross the border from Hong Kong to China, and the KFC level is like doubled. It's like KFC in China is cheaper and it tastes better.
Yeah,
who would have thought?
No kidding. What else? Oh man, have you probably never? Next time you come here, I'm gonna take you to Fat Daddy Fried Chicken. Stu knows what's up.
Oh,
Stu knows exactly
that
what's
place
up.
You keep talking about. Mm-hmm.
There's one right around the corner from me over here. Stu will chime in. Fat Daddy Fried Chicken.
So apparently there's a pretty good Mexican place here down by Nipponbashi, Shinsaibashi. And
Stu's like, Pang Lao Di. Yeah, Fat Daddy, yeah.
Yeah, so like apparently there's a really good Mexican place, but like I wouldn't want to take you to have Mexican food when you come here.
Dude, I want Mexican food. I like Cali. I like Mexicali food. I like Tex-Mex food. Oh my god. I got the producer. The producer, I got her like
drizzled in cheese.
Dude, we went I took her to like Baja Burrito. With get her these like seafoods, like surf and turf, like shrimp steak burritos. Like they put like 18 shrimp in a burrito. I don't know how they jam that many in there. It's like just these massive, like it's your whole day meal, but you eat it at one time.
Yeah.
And like she was like, oh, I've changed. Like she's like, Mexican foods, whatever. I was like, wait till we get to SoCal. Wait till we get to SoCal. I'm going to change your opinion on life. And it's just like, oh. I'm like, yeah, see, this is when I eat this food here. This is what I'm dreaming it is. It's not that here, but I wish it was that. So it's close enough to give me a flashback. But oh my god, I miss Cali.
Don't worry, Ho Ching Yang. Unagi butter will happen when everybody's in town.
Yeah, unagi butter in November is gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't worry, that's gonna happen.
In fact, I need to make the unagi butter patches as we talked about.
You have time. Yeah, you have time.
I know. I found a new. Okay, so I'm testing a new vendor. By the way, if you guys don't know, you probably know. I own a company called Patch Fiend. We do PVC patches.
Right.
And I'm testing a new vendor, and they can do high quality short run. So most of my vendors are like big commercial productions. So like their MOQ, their minimum order quantity, is like 500 or 1,000 pieces. Like a lot of these are 1,000 or more. And it's like the low. That's like where it starts. You can't even like order anything until you start with 1,000 pieces. So you gotta like be prepared to make an investment. But I found a pretty decent one that you end up paying a little more per unit, of course, because it's a smaller quantity. But they will do good work. I've been trying to find good work in low quantity, and it's really hard to find. That. And I found that. So I think we can get 100-piece run of the unagi butter patch, and I think it'd be a limited 1 of 100. I'll get some like custom cards made, like hand signed, and then I will give them all, bequeath them all to Chancellor Koshida-san.
Yes,
Chancellor Koshida, and he's not here, but I summoned him. I used his name, so he might join.
He went on vacation. I think he just got back in town like a couple hours ago.
Yeah, Koshida-san, Koshida-san, Koshida-san. It's like Beetlejuice, right? You say it 3 times,
say
it'll appear.
Say his name 3 times.
3 times it'll appear. I'm going to bequeath them to him, and then he has the power to divvy them out to those that have had and partaken in the glorious unagi butter. If you don't know, we've talked about it here before. It's this eel, this unbelievable eel with this butter on. I don't know how they do it. It's just butter and eel, but it's just.
I know. I don't know how they do it. I don't get it. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know why. It's like when I went. I thought unagi in Osaka was good until I had hitsumoboshi in Nagoya, and then I was like, okay, my life has changed.
Look
I
at
was
look
like,
at Ho Chi Young. He said he saw his patch and saw some patch on Patch Fiend from on a JP Airsoft player.
oh yeah, the boba patch.
The Boba Patch. Ho Chi Young, do you have one, or did you lose yours or something?
Oh yes,
Dude, you're local to me. Ho Chi Young's here, right?
yes. No, Ho Chi Young is here in
Oh, in
Tokyo.
Tokyo.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was in Hong Kong and he moved to Tokyo.
Okay. So you lost it in shipping from HK. All right, cool. I like, bro, I'll take care of you, man. Like when I come, I will bring you I'll bring you a fresh replacement. Don't worry. You will be rebobed when I appear.
Revo.
So I'll hook you. I'll leave it with you, Mark, and we get
Okay.
to. I'm sure we'll probably bump into him. Is he in Hong Kong
Well,
or is he in?
no, he's in Tokyo.
Oh, so we're gonna be over in Chiba. We might bump into
Yeah,
him.
he moved in. He moved to Tokyo. Actually, I don't know if that's going to be the plan this time. Actually,
I've
I shouldn't say that.
heard. No,
I
no, I've
know
heard
it's
there's a
I
very.
know it's not the plan.
I
this
know.
time.
I've heard the plan. So we'll.
One thing that we will go back to is we will go back to Paddock. I think that is the for
Paddock's
sure because
the
I think
bomb,
everybody
man.
I think
Hey,
everybody needs to see Paddock and
I've
go
got a
and
question.
take this and go back to America with this idea.
Wait, Winky. Somebody stole your corgi patch?
Yeah, somebody stole her corky patch. It's not wasn't me.
No, you still have your Saint Bernard, right? You still have your medic one.
It's with her. She has
Right. She has.
look. She wholesale took all my patches.
She's like, yo, mine.
well, at shot you gave me the Saint Bernard. Here, you can hold on to it until you give it to her.
Right.
I'm like,
I knew what was going. I was like, this is going to the producer. What I'll do is then okay. After the show, Mark.
she'll be here by then.
Yeah, she'll be here. But I will get Corgi.
Yeah.
I'll get Corgi. Winky, I'll get you taken care of with the Corgi, and Ho Chi Young, I will boba tea you. Don't worry. In fact, they stole your medic one. Yeah, I thought they stole the Saint Bernard. I thought somebody stole the Bernard one, not the Corgi one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was I could remember the story. I thought it was your Bernard one. I will hook you up with that for sure. In fact, I can just ship you one. It's like we're one country over. It takes like a few days to get it there.
It's okay. She'll probably rather you just give it to her.
That works too.
She'll be here in a few
I'm
minutes.
about to call the police. Don't call the police. I make these things. Like I will totally get you one. Don't worry.
Yeah, she was not pleased.
Yeah, whatever you need, I'll hook you up. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You guys, I got you and the producer and all that. So.
I mean, let me be honest. I mean, if we're talking about patch thieves, somebody stole my Crytek Owners Event 2019.
Oh, bro,
Crytek
I'd be
Owners
pissed.
Event
I'd be
4.
fire about that because that's
Bro.
not replaceable. That's like a Milsim patch.
Yeah, it's the multicam one, the one that we had. That was the last one we were all together in 2019.
Yeah.
Someone stole that from me when I was in Hong Kong. When I was at practice,
What?
I went back and checked my bag. It was gone.
Why did they take that one?
I don't know.
Are they a Crytek player?
I don't know.
Savages,
Well,
man.
whoever in Hong Kong has that patch, it is absolutely definitively proven that it's stolen because I was the only one
To have
has
one
it.
the entirety. Like
That's
no one
right.
in Hong Kong went to that event. So
No, that was
whoever has
just
that
me.
patch,
Yep.
you're a thief. So, yeah.
Thank you,
Mark,
Thank you, Bumpkin.
Yeah, Bumpkin.
I
That's
knew I
true.
could count on you.
True friends will always help a friend.
I knew you could always count on a Georgia boy. Come on now.
Exactly, man. Let me tell you what.
Come on
Half
now.
my family's in Georgia. I spent some of my young life there. Georgia boys know what's up.
That's right.
We don't play around, man. It's grab his legs.
Grab his legs. If he has any left.
Well, Winky, I will tell Mark again. This one's for you, not him.
Yes.
It's the true story though. Literally, I handed it, was like, this is for Winky.
Yeah,
I
literally.
literally
You can
was
hang
like- I
on
was
to
like,
it for now.
I'm giving it to you just simply to transport it back. It's
Yeah.
for me. Like it
That was literally shot show.
and it was
I was
right-
out for it. Yeah.
It was I just dropped that patch. I think it was like about a month or a little less than
Yeah.
a month fresh.
I remember
And
it was
like,
that shot. You came over
and I
to the
knew it. I
booth
found
we
you. I was like-
chit-chatted.
like, bro, I was like, hang on. I saved this one for you. I was like, I've been carrying it around like half the week, and I'm like, hey,
Yeah, this is
Yep.
not for you. I was like, oh, gee, thanks.
yeah. It's like, thanks a lot, man. No, don't worry about it. I'll totally hook you up. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, just
We could
get
totally
one.
ship you one too. I mean, like literally, it's just probably 4 or 5 days to be there or less.
Yeah, for sure. Surface mail it.
Yeah, literally, we can really surface mail it. Oh man, so what a show! I love our shows now. Like we used to, like the first like 20 or so, we were like planning them out meticulously. What are our topics? And now it's just like freestyle.
I
I
mean,
think.
I mean, to be honest, the planned out shows are really good too.
Hmm.
But I feel like the planned out shows kind of there was a little bit of expectation and a little bit of pressure. Like you and I would maybe vibe, and maybe maybe some of you guys, because you can't experience it with us. Like that's how I always feel like when we do the food stuff, it's great for an after. Like you can go back and watch it again, but like I feel like the topical stuff that we do, I think it's a little bit more um, intimate.
Hmm.
We can kind of free flow a little bit, engage with everybody in chat a little bit better too.
Yeah,
So
the chat vibe is me because the reason I like the chat, and I feel kind of feel bad for anybody who's like kind of maybe watching this after the fact. We still love you, by the way, if you're watching this later, but like the chat vibe is what makes this show like what makes it cool, because like it's kind of like a conversation with a bunch of our friends. Like it's not
yes.
just you and I talking, it's literally you, I, and a dozen plus people in chat,
Hmm.
and we're all having a big round table. But speaking of that, we need to get some guests on.
Yes, we got to get back to some guests. I would love to get Masaki back on again, but
Mm,
he's flying out soon. So maybe when he gets
I know.
back.
I know he's heading
Been
out.
been meaning to get Ryan on the show, but like Ryan's been also a bit busy. He's also heading back out to Hiroshima to go see his in-laws uh, Wednesday, right after work. The Tuesday, right after work, jumping on the Shinkansen
Oh
straight to
wow.
Hiroshima. Yeah,
So
because
who?
it's summer holiday
Yeah,
this week, so oh man, I don't want to think about it. I have 3 days to push out 6 days worth of content. But anyways,
that's life, right?
anyways, that's life.
Like schedule that
But
sucker in Hootsuite, like pre-scheduling everything. Like,
oh, trust me, I have everything pre-scheduled. My only like heart attack now is like working with our graphics design department to get our thumbnails done.
mhm.
They are so good at this. Like I showed them our examples of what we used to do at Red Wolf, and they picked it up right away. And then like look at our thumbnails now. They look just like our my old Red Wolf ones, which is so good. I love it. you know, I
No
love it.
comment.
I love, hey, I like the continuity, right? And then just for the beginner for the intro series, and as we ramp things up, when we start to get more entertainment content, then we can kind of go a little crazy. I feel like we're building a good foundation now for beginners, for players who don't know our brand a lot. So to come in, then you get the branded content first before we shift into like the crazy stuff, right? The more entertainment based stuff. So I think right now we're in the ramp up period. So I think it's good.
So for me, speaking, we're talking about our day job content. So on Airsoftology, I'm going to be dropping maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday morning my time, so Tuesday night in the West. I'll be dropping a video covering AB 2571, which is the assembly
Mm,
bill that passed California, talking about advertising of boom booms, but how it potentially and definitely in some ways impacts the airsoft world. So I'll be covering that and the impact on our industry. I've been spending a lot of time. In
right.
fact, like literally, I have like here's my here's the law and my highlighting notes. That's actually the printed law from the California legislature, but it has broad sweeping implications that
Right.
go beyond just California, because anything they do, obviously, it impacts other places because it's
Mhm.
social media. This is advertising, social media. So I'll be discussing that in depth and kind of giving my interpretation of this the best I can. I'm not a lawyer, but whatever. And then if you guys want to check out what I'm talking about, and you can kind of read it, understand it, put your own input in, give your own opinions. I'd love to hear them because it's just my view. I'm not always right. I'm definitely not always right, but just kind of the way I see it, I'd love to get more opinions. And then following that, I have the new Novridge pistol release coming.
New Novridge pistol.
New.
なるほどね。
It was actually sitting on top of my printer back here, but I had to move it before the show. It's actually right off camera right here. Yes. He teased. I can tell you because it was teased today. It was teased in a photo on his IG like about 5 hours ago. So I'm not gonna say what it is. I'm not gonna say whatever it is, but it's coming. It's tease enough. It's enough to know it's a pistol if you look at the picture. But I will be finishing my take on it. And like I said, it was provided and zero guidance given. So I love that. By the way, no, that's how I do it. By the way, that's how I do it. Like, if you guys ever want to know, like, for real, if a company was like, hey, here it is, and this is what we want you to say about it. Like, I always ask, like, hey, can you give me like the specs? I need the tech specs. Like, give me the proper tech specs. But if I ever get marketing information, like all the fancy marketing speak, I'm like, haha. All right. So, the tech specs, and I'll of course check them. I always verify the tech specs.
Right.
But I give zero guidance now. But if you want to see it before I release it, no. Sorry, we're not working together. And it's not, I mean, again, also if the review, I don't take money for it either. So no compensation, no pre-review of the video. You see it when everybody sees it.
Yeah.
That's important for me. It's always been important for me. It's something I've been doing for a decade, and so far it's done me well. And again, if there's technical problems, I will work with companies. In fact, I don't know if I told this story before. Very popular product. I'm talking multiple award-winning product. You'll probably guess what it is. I got an early version of it, and I was like, yo, there's a problem. And I was like, hey, I'm doing my review on it. This is a big issue. And they were like, oh, crap, really? I'm like, yeah. And I took pictures. I did full detail. I'm like, hey, I'm not going to put the video out yet because obviously I want to give you a chance to fix it. How many of these do you have in the States and globally? And they're like, well, we sent these many out to these places. I'm like, can you fix them? And like, yeah. I'm like, cool, I'll wait. And they did a running change and they fixed it. And
that's the story of the Tokyo Marui High Kappa 5.1.
Yeah, right. Not that award winning. Jeez. But still, multiple years in a row award winning product. You can probably figure that out if you don't want to talk about it. But anyway, again, that's how I work. I mean, I'd rather fix it, make it good, and help companies than just trash a product.
Yeah.
So remember Crazy NC Man? Remember that guy? Crazy NC Man. Anybody remember that guy in Airsoft? I don't know. We're going way down. That guy was
my favorite guy at the time until I don't know what happened to him. Airsoft Doctor?
Oh, Dr. Airsoft.
Dr. Airsoft.
Yes.
Yeah,
he was my
Dr.
first
Airsoft.
guest on the podcast.
Yeah.
I did when I started Airsoft.
He seemed like a pretty chill guy until he was I can't believe he did this. He was talking to who was he talking to at SHOT Show? And he was just badgering this guy about the FNX 45 from Cybergun. Asking him like,
So it's VFC. It's VFC, right? So it's made by VFC. It's made by VFC.
Everybody knew it was made by VFC.
And like the poor Cybergun SOB, he couldn't say it. Like, okay, we all know. We all know. Now it's not as taboo as before.
Yeah, it was so weird. Like there was this huge time frame where these companies didn't want you to say who made the product.
Yeah, they don't, for whatever reason.
It was the weirdest thing too.
Like they don't ever want to talk about OEMs. Who was their OEM? Nobody want to talk about it, right? And it's so funny. This is when I was just starting to get into the airsoft thing. As just kind of community guy. And then like when I used to go and just do side videos long time ago, and we would talk to some of the distributors in Hong Kong at the time, back then before everything was just Red Wolf, there was other distributors, and they would always tell us, okay, this is who makes it, but you're not allowed to say, because the whoever, Cybergun or whoever, or like, we don't want to talk about who it's a Humorex product. Right, this is a Humorex HK417 GBBR. That is it. It is not a VFC.
VFC.
I was like, it's got VFC on the box.
Yeah, I know. Literally manufactured by Vega. Like it's on the packaging. It's
what the hell? Oh, okay.
Like their address, their name, their phone number. Like
it's here. Yeah, but it's so funny. Like, and I think that was the last time I seen Dr. Airsoft, is after that one video with the FNX 45 when he was just badgering that rep from Cybergun.
I remember
that poor guy.
There was a thing where he and I were like in a silent competition. Like we were going to SHOT, right? And we were doing this stuff. I was always like, I would get there and I'd put up videos, right? I'd go and I'd film a bunch. And then like after the second day, I'd start posting videos from the hotel room. I'd try to edit a couple at night, like quickies. I did a lot of like these one takes, right? I would go into a booth and do a single take, like a 7-8 minute walkthrough, right? And just like, hey, tell me all the stuff. And I would soak it in. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go brain dump and talk about the new products. And I'd do it. And it, like 1 year, I remember clearly, it became like this hyper competition. Like he would actually go to the booth to like do lunch up to lunchtime, and lunchtime go to the media room and post the videos. It was like a race to get the world's first, right? And it was like all this. I was like, God, man, this guy's like crushing it. And then like, whatever. And that was like the last year he did it. I think he burned himself out. Him, and he had a business partner, Larry. It was Larry and Dr. Airsoft. They were super cool dudes, man. I still like those guys. Mark Vaughn, Dr. Mark Vaughn, and Larry. I forget Larry's last name. But yeah, and I remember like the next year, the year after that, like technology kind of caught up, and I started doing semi-live. So I was filming on my phone, some of the phone, and after I'd filmed like a couple, I was like doing uploads. He was like a general practitioner, or he was an ophthalmologist. He was an eye doctor.
Legit doctor.
Yeah, Larry the Airsoft guy, get her hopped. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was something similar to that. Larry, I forget what Larry does.
Yo,
Like,
these OG airsoft personalities, man.
And then Crazy NC, man. If you guys remember that, Crazy North Carolina, man. This guy, he like literally got his claim to fame was like getting products and trashing them. Like absolutely trashing them. Like,
yeah, but there was a time that actually worked, though. There was a time that was the thing, right? Like,
yeah, but he
airsoft
would,
companies would shell out money for people to break their stuff.
No. Because what he would do is he would start working with companies and like, and he asked for a lot. He was like one of the biggest. Like when I was up and coming, he was like leaps and bounds ahead of me. Like I was like at 30K and he was like at like 250K, like on like subscriber count. And I was like up and coming. This is like way back in the early days of airsoftology. It's like 20,000, 30,000 subscribers. And I was like, all right, I'm making some ground. I'm finally making progress, right? I transitioned from podcast to YouTube and was being consistent and doing all these videos. And yeah, he would just like trash it and make and this is back when YouTube paid out. I'm talking, they paid like serious dinero. Like you make jack, like literally
back when YouTube was a platform and
he was probably making
ideologically driven.
He was probably making like 7-8K a month, $1,000 a month, just trashing airsoft products.
Yeah.
And like being super controversial because everybody wanted to watch. Like, what's he gonna trash today? Right? He was like, super controversial, but he got the views. And of course, it's not sustainable because at some point, no one's gonna send you product.
Yeah.
Right? That game only works for so long until they're like, and he would like nitpick stuff.
Right. I think at the beginning, like there were some eyeballs there, and I definitely feel like that there's like you see this with so many other things too, right? Like you'll see actual people who are just outright being just negative about things, and then they'll still get some people to work with them.
Oh yeah.
And then because it's the eyeballs, right? And then of course, later on, if you just turn out to be a one trick pony, and I hate to say it, we talk about this all the time. It's not like just because you can go and talk a bunch of smack about a product does not make you automatically some honest reviewer. That just means you can talk a bunch of smack about a product. Look, I can talk a bunch of smack about everything, but it's drawing the balance, right? Like there cannot be all bad about something and then all good about something else.
Correct.
If you're all good about something requires you to pay the same price of the original product to upgrade it for it to perform a certain way that it's supposed to perform, then maybe that product's really not that good. Tokyo Marui.
Right. Or like, for example, here's a good example of like all good, right? You look at like an umbrella gun. I've done videos on umbrella guns and I'm like, yo, these guns are legit fire. They really are. They do a fantastic.
Yeah, for sure.
They do an amazing job taking our industry, our product to the edge, the absolute edge of perfection. However, there's a cost, and it's a very steep one. Like, it's super expensive because you're building, like I tell, like in my video, like the last time I did a video was like 5 years ago on one of these things. They're great people. I love the Umbrella guys a lot. Their knowledge is like pinnacle. But these guys are Formula One race car engineers. Like essentially,
Yes.
if you want to look at like how to like compare it, they're building you a Formula One race car. And let me tell you about it. Like if you want to drive a car every day and you want to work and you don't have to pay to keep it at that peak race performance, you need a car that's reliable. You can get like a mid-tier, you know, like go buy your Honda, go buy your BMW M. You can buy a nice car. You like expensive cars, right? But like these guys make these things are like the best you can do. Like in, I think it's like Crossbone Airsoft, Xbone Airsoft, and
Yeah.
in Japan, there's like a bunch of companies. Like
Crossbone,
Crossbone is
yeah.
what I'm thinking of immediately. Like tuning company in Japan that's just like I shot their stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Like they're
It
they're like right, but you need like it will degrade from that perfection quickly because it requires like everything has to be peak and they know how to make it peak and you have to get it back to them and give it back to them to keep it up. And admittedly they have great warranty and things like that. So they do a fantastic job, but like you have to understand there's a cost, entry cost, and like a maintenance cost to get
for sure
this thing
yeah,
going.
just like driving cars, right? And you know, at the end of the day, you know, I love to make I love to make fun of Marui because everybody does, right?
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
And it's always fun to poke fun of Marui because, you know, without them, you know, actually we have to thank them because they always push our engineers now to constantly innovate. So in a sense, hey, thank you Marui for being you, so we can crank out some of these just fire upgrade parts. Man, we got some stuff coming.
Yeah.
Man. Jeez, we got some stuff.
Well, that's what you
Oh
do.
my
You go
God.
buy a Marui. I mean, I remember my first Marui, right? Like G3 SG1.
I still don't own one.
What?
I still
My
don't
first
own
one was
a
a
Marui.
G3 SG1. Like
Mhm.
give it like long before I did it, like 15 years ago, 17 years ago, 16, 17. Anyway, I remember the first one I got. Fantastic. And I started doing some upgrades to it. Back then it was nothing. And I put some lilac stuff in it at some point, right?
Mhm.
And the thing is you had like there's limitations and they're in Japan, so there's limitations of what they could do and what they there's also limitations of what they have to do. They don't have to reinforce. So it's fantastic for you guys to be like, all right, well, if you're gonna make this, I'm gonna make this. I'd rather be the parts I'd rather be a BMW tuning company than BMW. Right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So I don't know.
For
It's
sure.
cool, man. Like, cause you can make some really cool stuff.
Yeah, man, we got some very, very cool stuff coming. You know, and it's so good, you know, to kind of be in the mix, you know, of everyone and kind of seeing the vibe and the energy and everybody kind of our R&D department just like they're constantly running around like their hair is on fire in a good way. And they'll go in and come out with some 3D printed part. And it's like, I don't know, I just felt like this was cool and I put it in. And it's like it's some crazy stuff, right? Like I posted that video of that full auto Desert Eagle. No, we did not shave the sear. You know, we did not shave the sear off, so we can get full auto. No. Our R&D guy went to his computer, 3D, like they designed a part, 3D printed it, threw it in the Desert Eagle, just so it can shoot full auto. And we put BBs in it, and the slide would lock. We did not shave the disconnector sear down. That's the insane people that I work with, which is so cool. I love it, you know. And and in that sense, I'm saying, like, you know, thank you, Marui, for being you, so we can make these cool parts for everybody else. So hopefully, you know, we can keep doing this.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
I love the direction you guys go because your stuff's not like super like milsim serious. Now again, I've milsim like a champ. I've tried speed saw. I've done everything. I'm like the most open-minded airsofter when it comes to like our industry. I'm not specific to one type, but I love that you guys don't take it too realistic serious. I think there's enough companies that do the realistic that you guys say, hey, let's make it cool. and I love it. I freaking love it. You make so I still flip through your catalog. Like when I come see you guys, or I get a copy of a catalog from Misaki, I'm flipping. Like, you guys make this? I'm still surprised at the stuff you make. So
Yeah. Like they're still making some crazy stuff, man. They're still
and
making some
Razvan makes a
crazy
point.
stuff.
It's a bit like the around the subject. Like tuning companies have become another trim level, like AMG, Alpina, Maybach, Brabus. I'm adding Brabus in there, and some other companies that become a new tuning level, of
Yeah.
a car. Like I had a Denon, like I had an old BMW, like I had a probably like 10 years ago, I had like a 25-year-old BMW, like a classic M. I had a what was this series? I forget now. Anyway, I had like a very old M with and I had it Denon.
E32 series.
Is it 30? I think it was the E32.
It was an E40.
Was it no, I was thinking about E. You're gonna make me feel bad for not being a E32 5. Yeah, actually, it was an E32. Yes. No, E34. E34. Sorry.
In the E30s.
E34 5 Series, 1932. So it was E34. I had it, and I had it Denon 1 level. It was a 5-speed E34 manual. And I love that car. It's black on black leather, everything. It was so old at the time. I bought it for like $5,000 back at the time.
Back in the day. Now it'll go for like 25.
Probably I should have kept the stupid thing. I know, man. I'm kicking my butt.
Now it's like a classic. It'll go for $25,000.
Yeah.
Bring put that thing on. Bring a trailer. My goodness.
Yeah, it was 95, I think. 1995 is what the model I got. The 1995 year E34. Yeah. So anyway, I love that car, but it was a Denon, right? I had the Denon chip, and I like the Denon exhaust. So there's a certain trim level. It became a Denon, right, version. But that's the point he's trying to make. It's like at some point, you have a VFC, or Crytek umbrella gun, right? It becomes that tiered, that tier. So you take it and you tier it up by letting a tuning company take it and take it to the next level. And I think that's the exact point Razvan's trying to make. It's pretty cool in our industry. And sorry for those. Yeah. We try to hide this at the end of the show so you guys aren't early on board with our day jobs, because Mark and I both, like I said, do very similar day jobs.
Yes.
Same industry. So
yes. Yeah. So yeah, that's what we've been doing. We got a bunch of cool stuff coming out. I think you guys really like.
I think. Are you gonna do the Lego challenge? Have you pitched the Lego challenge idea yet?
Oh, the Lego challenge. We gotta let everybody get it first, right? Okay. So I think shipping will go out, reach everybody maybe by the 3rd week of August, maybe.
Well, can we maybe do the Lego challenge when we're there?
You're about to see how that goes.
Okay.
I think the Lego challenge just between you guys would be fun.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, have everybody who comes to the Crytek owners game, and then we go back to Osaka, and Monday, Tuesday, while we're there in Osaka, we can do a Lego challenge build.
I'm going to give a teaser though. So every month we have one episode every month of a vlog series on Lilacs International called Airsoft Diaries. Episode 1 you will see a fully built out Lego MCX in action.
Like those guys on YouTube that build them out of make a rubber band gun.
No. The only thing that is an airsoft gun is the middle portion of the gun.
Huh.
Lego suppressor, Lego red dot, Lego flip up front and rear sights, Lego stock. I think there's even the Lego foregrip.
Sold.
So it's our inaugural episode that will drop on Saturday, East Coast time. So for those of you guys who don't know, our scheduling is based on Eastern Standard, and most of our episodes, all of our episodes are going to be coming out during around the lunchtime hour, so around 1 o'clock. So that's what we're going to be doing right now until analytics prove otherwise. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Every Monday, we're going to upload our weekly update, which will come out. I think now I'm going to do it maybe launch at 6 o'clock or so in the morning. So when you guys all wake up, you guys can see it. It's our 1 minute short updating what we did last week. So that's already out too. So we have episode 2 of How to Tech coming out in a couple hours.
And
Any
my
sneak peek?
sec-
What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it?
next
What
one
is it?
is going to be hop up chamber.
Oh, how about you? You barrels last week.
Yeah, inner barrels last week. This week's hop up chamber. And in the hop up chamber video, pay attention because we sneak peek what's coming.
Hey, by the way, are you gonna make a VFC compatible hop-up chamber?
The sneak peek is coming.
I love that we're on the same page. I have no idea. By the way, there's like no speed. I'm like,
So
are you gonna make one that works?
I'm not gonna say
Since
I'm
you're
not
made,
gonna- I'm
since
not
you
gonna say
distribute
specifics.
BCM in Japan,
right. I'm not gonna talk about specifics, but if you watch the video and you pay attention to the chamber that is on screen that we use to talk about,
I totally unintentionally spoilered.
you may see some small differences
I love
compared to our
Good. I've been waiting
usual
for that. Oh my
chamber.
God, I've been wanting one. Like, how long have I needed that in my life?
Well, Big Boss is not watching, but you know,
Yeah.
loose lips.
Stop the
loose
stream.
lips-
Stop the stream.
Loose lips sink ships, and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but at the same time, we have not been shy in putting it in a lot of our media. Just like there's no secret now that there is a multicam black Aeroflex mask floating around the office because
Hey.
it's mine.
Hey, yo.
It's one of one.
Yo. Can you make it two of two?
So it's a
Have you
prototype.
seen? You know what I bought? You know what I picked up at Haley Strategic?
I know.
It's done, by the
It's-
way. It's in the closet. It's done. The belt
So-
is done. The vest, everything is done. My loadout is done.
Yeah. So there's also the
And the closet's there. That's why I'm pointing.
yeah, there's also the green Aeroflex that is on web right now, but Japan only. But yeah, there is a multicam black Aeroflex that will be on Airsoft Diaries. You'll all see it. It's one of one. It's mine. And just saying, mine is a prototype. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
All right. Well, that is a
So,
fantastic
lot-
place to stop. By the way, Ho Chi Young,
Yeah.
I think we're gonna be close to you. We're gonna be in Chiba. Close.
We'll figure something out.
We'll figure something
I think some of us will be in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Some of us will be in Tokyo. Again, we're waiting just timing, and then we'll announce our complete roster of who's going to be here. Again, loose lips sink ships. I don't
Yeah.
want to be the one
Like-
to leak.
We can confirm this. I'm there.
Yeah.
Like
John
I can say
knows that.
I'll be there. That's all we can at least confirm me. By the way, Bumpkin, Monkey Can Black. By the way, if you like MC Black, I'm gonna be doing a loadout video. It's the first one I've done in probably 3-4 years now. I'll be doing my new loadout. Like I've been spending so much time building my proper loadout. It's heavily inspired by Black Powder Red Earth. So BPRE is going to be like the inspiration for the kit. I got a few more pieces. I mean, I'd say it's 95+% done.
Do you have the red shirt?
I do, but it's too nice of a red shirt. I don't want to mess it up because everything's got Velcro. I've got a couple red shirts on order.
You gotta wear that red burgundy shirt.
I know,
That
but it's like,
burgundy
dude,
shirt.
that burgundy shirt I have is like freaking, dude, it's an All Saints shirt. It's too expensive to wear with a kit. It'll rip the freaking shirt up. I've got some
buy
burgundy shirts on order from
generic
Amazon, like
burgundy.
$15 ones, $20 ones. Like I could sacrifice those to the Velcro destruction gods. So.
Yeah. Well, we got a bunch of cool stuff coming. I think after everybody comes back from summer holiday, Obon, which is this week. Next week we'll have a bunch more things to kind of show off. But if you guys want to have a sneak peek of some of the big stuff that's coming, watch the video How to Tech. We also my solo series on What's the Difference comes out on Friday. We're gonna talk chess rigs. So the Haley Micro versus our Lilacs compact molly chest rig. So airsoft versus real steel.
All right. And by the way, for me on the channel, if you want to watch the new laws in airsoft and how it impacts everybody globally, and specifically around the airsoft industry, I'll be dropping that on Wednesday, Western, on the West. So just check the channel in the West. Make sure you got like notifications turned on airsoftology. And then on probably, I would say by Saturday to play it safe. I would say Friday, but Saturday I'll be dropping the new Novrich product video that'll be coming up next. So that's like the 2 releases for this week, which both will be out before the next Monday show.
Yeah. So make sure y'all go share Jono's video so that everybody knows that he's not dead.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
please.
I'm still alive. Also, by the way,
Share Dropsy.
on Hopped Up,
know you're not dead.
on Hopped Up, on Hopped Up. If you guys aren't following the IG, this week in IG, I'll be doing a Taiwanese wedding. We'll be talking about Taiwanese wedding food, and then also the for those who recommended that last week. Oh my god, I can't remember
The duck place.
the duck place.
It was.
I went to I went
I'm
to
scrolling.
to Pink's. I went to the Duck
It's
restaurant. which is called-
Gaussian Kinetics.
Yeah, I went to. I did go to Red Lantern, and I had the duck. And I've got photos
Red
of
Lantern.
everything. I've got video of them carving the duck. I've got all this stuff. It's all going to drop this week. Stu, yes, I'm coming out and play. I'm going to do my BPRE loadout for the game. We're going to go. Maybe we'll do some. I'll probably do some. Maybe go to Linko. I think it's Linko worthy. I think. Yeah, 0 ducks given. So. But yeah, that's it. That's kind of what's coming up. I've got a lot of stuff in the horizon. Oh my god, the new I got Airsoft Village new. I got a bunch of stuff. I don't want to give too much away, but like you said, loose lips and all. So Mark and I follow our personal, especially follow Mark's Real Mark West.
Yes.
It's MARCK. Make sure you spell his name correctly, Real Mark West, and then also you can follow me, Airsoftology. Also, don't forget stay hopped up on IG.
Yes. Well, we can answer this question from Razvan before we sign up. I think this is a good one. How expensive is duck food in your countries? So, to be honest, there is a yakitori, right, Jono? Like the chicken skewers.
Yeah.
There's a place that serves like duck yakitori.
Yangro Yakitori?
Like duck.
Or not young, like what was it? Young Yaro.
Yeah.
Yaro. Sorry, I was thinking goat. Yaro is duck. Young goat.
So there's a place that I posted actually in the chat in our IG page it's the one with all the skewers. They also serve duck there. It's right next to the office. Really good, really good place. Yeah, and it's really I don't know, maybe it's a little bit more popular out here in Asia. In Hong Kong, it was never too expensive. In Japan, it depends, but Japan also has a way more variety of duck. They have pintail and mallard and all that. So depending on your kind of duck. It can run you a little bit, depending on your duck, a little bit pricey, but generally duck is not. I haven't seen that be too expensive here.
All right, so for me, we get a lot of the HK style. We like the Peking duck or Hong Kong style duck, right? You walk by, it's a little tiny shop, a little hole in the wall place. All the ducks hanging in the window. They usually do like the duck. They'll have like a pork belly, and they'll have what's the other meat? They usually like a pork shoulder or something like that. They use like three types of meat, right? You can get the duck that, or you can get all three. And they do like bean duck. They do a lunchbox, right?
Yeah.
So the rice, the duck, all that. They usually have some kind of like where they cook the duck, the drippings and the fat of all the
so good.
The pork. They usually cook the pork and the duck, and all the drippings all end up in this one conglomerate pan, and they'll put that over the rice. Oh my god,
it's so delicious.
So they're like, "Do you want this?"
I'm
like,
some soy sauce. I was like, oh, yes.
I know. I'm like, "Do you want this?" I'm like, "Who doesn't?
Yeah, no.
Who tells you no? Like literally, who says no to that?"
Yeah.
So we get those. Those are actually pretty cheap, like $5, $4 US, $6, depending on where you go. Sometimes even cheaper. You can usually get like a nice bit of meat, a couple of veggies. They usually have like 5 or 6 side dishes. So it's usually like some kind of couple tofu style dishes.
I don't know about Taiwan, but Hong Kong was like this. Goose is the expensive one.
Yeah, goose is crazy expensive.
Goose is pricey.
And if
like
you get
Hong Kong as well.
Hojiro, turkey, Hoji, that's the most expensive. Like if you order it, you're like, you get rice with a little bit of turkey, and you're like, that's all you're giving me of the turkey? Like it's nothing. And it's like,
and you think about turkey like back home.
Back home, like, monstrosity. Turkey. Like here, they're like sprinkle a little on top. You're like, that's like 2 bites. What? Come on, man. So yeah, those kind of lunchbox places you'll find all around here. They're like Hong Kong style, super good, super cheap, like $5 or on.
They're very good, very cheap. But I think to Razvan's you kind of to your point, I don't think maybe it's just because Europe is expensive. I just think in Europe maybe you get a slightly more variety of duck. Here you just get the generic white duck, like at least in Hong Kong
And I know for a fact in Hong Kong that the duck is the white duck. Like you're not getting
No.
like all the different types of duck.
You got white duck.
Here,
Here the same.
here in Japan, like if it's a nice duck place, they'll tell you what duck it is. Like the one next to the office, you can get either pintail or you can get mallard, and they taste dramatically different from each other. And
Really?
of course, then you get like just a regular white duck, right? And so it is a little bit different. So here I think it's still, to me, I still feel like it's quite affordable, because you can also get super premium chicken here too, which is nutso. But
like you can do raw chicken there. But by the way, I want to talk about the other end of the duck spectrum. So you want to talk about like where I went to go do Red Lantern, which is in the restaurant, the Pink's Hotel. That is like the polar opposite of the duck scale. So what you do is you get a duck, basically like it was 2 of us, but like it absolutely should have been 4 people because we had so much leftovers. Like we stuffed ourselves and like brought leftovers home. So what you get, duck 5 ways. You get like, and I'll show you all the 5 ways. You get duck 5. Literally the soup they give you is like the soup bowl is like, I'm gonna give a perspective to my head. Like it's this freaking big and that freaking tall, and it's the duck soup. Like all the bones are in there, and it's like insanely awesome. That's the last course you get, and you're like, I couldn't eat the soup myself. Like 2 of us can't
for
split
fried
the soup.
rice or fried noodles.
Yeah, they do like the
So
noodle.
good.
Oh my god, yeah. So they do duck 5 ways, and it was about 30 plus 10%, so 3,200 NT plus 10%, so 35. So about $120 US. So that's the premium. That's the hyper premium. So yeah, low end $4 or $5 person for our lunchbox. High end,
$135,
and that's $135. That should be like for 4 people though.
Yeah,
really, honestly,
which is still pretty decent. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But hey, what the duck?
What the duck? Should I change the name of the show to What the Duck now?
What the duck?
No, I'm
and
not.
then people are gonna have to wait for it.
No, it's Not You Its Mead. I like that better.
It's not you, it's me. Yeah.
That's
Anyways,
good.
I think that's a good place to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Good duck question, Razvan. I always love answering
All right.
food questions from you guys. Oh,
right.
Jono, anything?
No, man, I'm good. We went a little long this week, but hey, it's all worth it.
Yeah, it's all worth it. Yep. So it's summer holiday, summer vacation. I may hit a day trip or 2. So
Good. Post. I'll be posting food. Follow his. I'll try not to overpost. I'll check with Mark. So like when I drop a story of like all the food and stuff, it won't step on top of what Mark's
you'll
doing.
see it. You'll see it. If it's there, you'll see it. It doesn't really. It's all good. Some variety is good. I have one last thing to say. My Wakayama episode is coming for my vlog. The only reason why it's taken a little bit of time is because I had to kind of change up my computer situation. So I have a bunch of stuff on my work computer that I need to transfer to this one now that I have this one. And then I just got to film the outro. And once that's done, I put it in this one and then it gets uploaded. So hopefully by this week, this Sunday, the Wakayama episode will be out. So
Nice.
that'll be done. So then I can maybe film something this weekend for you guys to be uploaded next week.
Cool. Looking forward to it, man.
Yeah.
Just simply stay subscribed. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Here and on the IG. Make sure to tell you that. Stay hopped up.
That's right.
All right. Well, on that note, awesome show. Thank you all for joining us.
Yes.
And being here with
Thank
us
you.
on a Monday, whatever time of the day it is for you. And we'll be back next week. Same bad time, same bad show.
That's right. Have a good one, everybody.
All right. And stay
Stay hopped up.